Hey guys, last year I made a video where I re-explored the Halloween mashup. It was very long and pretty fun, but the thing was, sometimes just looking around a Minecraft world isn't that interesting. So whenever I was just traveling across the world and not doing much of interest, I would cover special mysteries, histories of the Halloween mashup, and other secrets about Minecraft Legacy Console Edition while we walked. There were two major questions. Number one, who made the Halloween mashup music? And number two, who is updating the Halloween mashup today? Now, the reason I posed these questions is kind of in like a rhetorical campfire story sense where, you always want to end a campfire story on, and maybe that monster is still out there today. Because, you want to leave it open-ended. You want to have a mystery to leave the reader thinking, or the listener thinking. But by complete luck, both of these questions have now been answered in the last year. We know for 100% certainty the answer to both of these questions. And I just think that's incredible. So I wanted to make a little follow-up video this year to say, hey, those rhetorical questions, they were actually real and they were solved. So the first question, who made the Halloween mashup music? So, a little background. I am a member of a Minecraft Legacy Console Edition quote-unquote research and development Discord server. So this is a group of fans of the old console editions. People are modding these old versions, they're emulating them on PC, and they're even hooking up new servers to Wii U Edition because Nintendo shut down all Wii U online servers. So naturally, as a bunch of Legacy Console Edition enthusiasts, we are interested in the sorts of mysteries like these Halloween mashup ones. And the Halloween music in particular is interesting because C418, or C418, I always say C418, but I feel like that's wrong, is obviously huge to Minecraft's history. So if we could actually prove the leading theory, which was that C418 himself created the Halloween mashup music, that would be huge. The leading theory that I covered last year relied on this real flimsy evidence, which is that at 19 seconds into the Halloween menu theme, you hear a very loud piano note, which is very similar to a piano note from Battle Mode 1, which is also called Vanilla 1, basically one of the Battle Mode songs. And the Battle Mode songs were created by C418, according to an almost entirely proven theory based on an interview he did. And yes, the note is similar on the piano, but I don't think we can be using that as conclusive evidence that C418 made all this music. Maybe the other composer just likes using a piano note in a similar way. So that was the existing theory last year. But there have been two breakthroughs this year. Number one was paying attention to the Halloween end music. Now, normally this music is ignored in favor of the overworld and nether music because the mashup itself never takes you to the end for any music disc hunting. So let's play this song, the Halloween end music, and listen to specifically the synths in the background at 2 minutes. Does that sound familiar to you? Because listen to the vanilla end song. So this incredibly specific synth from the Halloween end music is certainly a lot more compelling evidence than the single piano note from the Halloween menu music, but ultimately it is still circumstantial evidence. It only makes sense if we assume that C418 is involved in the first place. It is still entirely possible that someone else could have recreated those synths faithfully. I mean, we have a whole community of people trying to recreate Minecraft things faithfully. I do a whole bunch of resource packs based on that exact thing. So again, that's not like evidence. It just could be someone was a nerd about the original end music and wanted to recreate it as well as possible. Which is why it's so funny that we were completely right. This is the real confirmation. It turns out, another user on the Discord, MattNL, found an ancient tweet from 4J Studios on Twitter. 4J Studios, of course, were the developers of the old console editions. and they literally just replied to somebody. The account doesn't even exist anymore that they replied to, and said, at Dexin Saints Row 1. Scary Halloween 2015 mashup music by at C418, smiley face. That was posted on October 23rd, 2015. So it turns out the answer was out there for years. In fact, since the Halloween mashup came out in 2015. And I just think that's hilarious because it's the embodiment of that I worked on this story for a year and he just tweeted it out meme, because that's exactly what happened. We've been looking into this for so long, and it turns out 4J Studios themselves had confirmed it almost 10 years ago. So that means that there are a total of either 14 or 17 songs from the quote-unquote next Minecraft album that have actually already been out for many years. 3 aquatic songs, Axolotl, Shuniji, and Dragonfish from Update Aquatic. 4 battle songs, which are semi-confirmed due to an interview where C418 was a little vague, but still pretty obviously talking about the Legacy Console Edition minigames, and 7 Halloween songs. That's 1 menu, 3 overworld, 2 nether, and 1 end. And then the reason I say 14 or 17 is that it's very possible C418 also made the 3 festive remixes of volume beta songs for the festive mashup, because 4J didn't really use any composers besides Gareth Coker and C418, and Gareth Coker has already released all of his Minecraft Console Edition music on albums. In fact, I'd even go so far as to say that that Halloween end song we were looking at could have been intended as the Ender Dragon boss music at one point. It doesn't have any of the Halloween instruments or motifs from other songs. It fits right into vanilla. In fact, it uses the same instruments as the normal end music. So I could totally see that as having been intended for the Ender Dragon boss theme at one point instead of the about 1 minute of static that we have in the game right now. So the first mystery was answered. C418 is the creator of the Halloween mashup music and forever will be. Now the second question. Has the Halloween mashup on Bedrock Edition continued to be updated by 4J Studios, or did Mojang take over? The Halloween mashup on Bedrock is quite broken. As I've been documenting over years and years with my Halloween mashup patch, all the sky issues, all the fog issues, all the random texture differences, just a lot of stuff that's not intended. Some of the new textures in existing 4J resource packs have also gotten a little iffy, like some plastic texture pack textures, or the piglins in the Halloween mashup, which just look like a first draft that someone forgot to finish. These kind of add up to a lot of little mistakes that indicate someone else has taken over a job without knowing the ins and outs. That was my thoughts for a long time, because it felt like Mojang had taken over from 4J once 4J stopped working on Console Edition, because, 4J's working on their new stuff. But on the other hand, there's a lot of points for indicating that 4J Studios was still maintaining their packs. There were quite a few clever things still in their modern pack updates, such as the Sniffer being a bus in the City texture pack, or a forklift in the Halo mashup, which is just incredible. The Skulk being eyes, the Crimson and Warped stems having eyes that blink on them. Again, it's not that the new updates are bad of these packs, it's just that sometimes you looked at them and you're like, huh. Also, Mojang probably does not have time to maintain, 18 old texture and mashup packs from an old console version that no one is buying anymore. So that would be a little strange if they had a whole team dedicated to drawing so many textures that we're never going to see by most players. And then finally, all these old 4J packs still have the 4J Studios logo on them in the marketplace, and Halloween is one of these packs. That was the mystery, and now the answer. 4J Studios recently created a Discord server to keep their community together and promote Reforge, which is their new game. It's a Minecraft-like that they've been developing. Since they've had this new server, they've done some Q&As. These Q&As, obviously, Minecraft Console Edition comes up quite a lot. So, someone asked, are you still involved in keeping all the classic texture and mashup packs like Nature, which is meant to say Natural, Fantasy, Plastic, Super Mario, up to date for Bedrock? And we got a reply from 4J Chris, who is one of the devs, who said, we have spent a lot of time updating the packs when new mobs, blocks, and entities appear. It can be a fun challenge to research each IP some more and get inspiration for particular mobs and blocks. So there we go. Turns out the answer to both of our mysteries was just ask 4J Studios, because they'll probably tell you. So 4J is still maintaining the Halloween mashup, which means it's a little sad that some classic packs like Cartoon, Pattern, Chinese Mythology, and Festive, my love, have been discontinued and don't have features from 1.20 or beyond. Luckily, Halloween has not been discontinued, so we can still enjoy modern features all the way up to bundles. So why is the Halloween mashup so broken on Bedrock? I guess that's our new question. 4J hasn't invested the time to learn the Bedrock systems to replace their own legacy systems. So, for example, Mojang just added the ability to change the sky color, but 4J hasn't even bothered changing the fog color, or changing the cloud color, which would be really easy because you just dye the clouds purple in the texture. Since I already fixed all that stuff, I actually posted in their Discord a link to a very simple version of the Halloween mashup patch that just fixes the sky, fog, clouds, and water, and I really hope they integrate that into the existing pack, even if they just copied my files exactly and pasted it in there. It would fix so much of the look of the Halloween mashup. You'd get the sky back, the atmosphere, the crazy weirdness that made it so unique and iconic. I didn't even include all my crazy stuff from the Halloween mashup patch, like animation fixes and texture changes. I only included the essentials, like fog, sky, clouds, water. You can feel free to go upvote that feedback post if you want in the 4J Studios Discord. Ultimately, our campfire stories that were not meant to have answers last year got answered anyway, which I just think is super cool. It shows that there are other people who were truly interested in these questions besides me. So this year, now we will go to bed with less spooky unknowns and more fun facts. Like, isn't it crazy that C418 actually made the Halloween mashup music? I can't get over that. We have 7 C418 songs that no one knew about, just sitting there for 9 years. Anyway, have a very spooky Halloween.